They were once faces that made the world pause for a few seconds to admire beauty icons, Hollywood legends. But time, the pressures of fame, and cosmetic surgery decisions have turned some of them into controversial stories, where the public no longer recognizes the faces that once made them famous. What really happened behind the scenes? Was it a beauty choice or an endless race against youth? Today, we'll revisit some of Hollywood's most shocking transformations, where beauty isn't just created, but sometimes lost. If you find these stories shocking and thought-provoking, subscribe to stay updated on other secrets and hidden aspects of Hollywood. And don't forget to leave a comment. Where do you think the line is between beautification and going too far? Lisa Rinna is one of the most recognizable faces on American television, not only because of her decades-long career, but also because of an image that has almost always changed over time. From her early days on Days of Our Lives, she has had a very distinctive style, bold, outspoken, and unafraid to draw attention, which quickly made her a prominent figure in the entertainment industry. But it is precisely this fear of change that has made Lisa Rinna the focus of countless debates that have lasted for years. Especially her distinctive lips, what started as a minor cosmetic procedure, has gradually become an inseparable identifying feature. Throughout her career, the public has noticed certain changes in her face, leading the media to constantly question the extent of cosmetic intervention behind the scenes. While many stars try to avoid this topic, Lisa Rinna chooses to confront it directly. She has repeatedly admitted to using cosmetic procedures, viewing it as a form of personal freedom in an industry where appearance is constantly under intense pressure. However, this openness hasn't diminished the controversy. In fact, it has sometimes led to Lisa Rinna's name appearing more frequently in discussions about plastic surgery in Hollywood. Over time, each time she appears on television or the red carpet, the public reaction is almost always the same: surprise, debate, and comparisons to her past image. Some see her as an icon of freedom to enhance her appearance, while others see her as a clear example of how the line between individuality and cosmetic abuse can become blurred. Nevertheless, it's undeniable that Lisa Rinna maintains a strong presence in the entertainment industry. And her story, more than just about appearance, reflects a familiar reality of Hollywood, where every change to one's face is not just a personal choice, but becomes a story dissected by the whole world. Goldie Hawn was once one of Hollywood's most radiant icons, a woman with a dazzling smile, eyes full of energy, and a style that made audiences feel like sunshine was always present on screen whenever she stepped onto the frame. Throughout her decades-long career, Goldie Hawn was beloved for her natural beauty and unforced, down-to-earth charm. But as time passed and Hollywood became increasingly strict about age, her later appearances began to spark debate. Her face was said to have changed for the tighter, smoother, and sharper it looked, leading some to question the extent of cosmetic surgery. Especially after major events like the Oscars, her appearance became a widely discussed topic in the media. Some suggest that procedures like Botox, fillers, or facelifts may have contributed to altering her once trademarked natural expression, making her former radiant image less recognizable. However, it's important to emphasize that Goldie Hawn has never confirmed the details of the rumored cosmetic procedures, and her story is often placed within the broader context of the pressures of aging in the entertainment industry. From an icon of brightness and naturalness, Goldie Hawn's story has become a quintessential slice of Hollywood where beauty is not only celebrated, but also scrutinized and challenged over time. Sometimes to the point where the public wonders, where is the line between natural aging and the irreversible changes of fame? Linda Evangelista was once a legendary supermodel who shaped the fashion era of the 1990s, a woman who could transform herself on every magazine cover, catwalk, and the world's biggest advertising campaign. She was an icon of sharp, cool, yet powerful beauty, to the point of being considered the gold standard of the fashion industry. However, behind that glamour lies a story that shocked the world. In 2015, Linda underwent a non-surgical cosmetic procedure using fat freezing technology CoolSculpting, hoping to improve her figure. But instead of achieving the desired results, she experienced an extremely rare complication. Instead of the fat disappearing, it grew back, causing noticeable disfigurement, a condition known as paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. This event completely changed her life. From a face constantly appearing in global campaigns, Linda gradually disappeared from the spotlight for years, living a secluded life and facing profound physical and mental trauma. She then publicly shared her story and embarked on a highly publicized legal battle, not only for her personal rights, but also to voice the concerns of others who have experienced similar complications. Linda Evangelista's story became one of the most shocking cases in the celebrity world, where a seemingly simple decision led to life-changing consequences, and also sparked a global debate about the boundaries between cosmetic technology, medical risks, and the price of pursuing perfection. From the height of fame to months of silent obscurity, Linda Evangelista's journey is not just a cosmetic shock, but also a powerful warning about the dark side of the beauty industry, where sometimes a small decision can change an entire life. Kenny Rogers is one of the legendary voices of country pop, having created a string of timeless hits such as The Gambler and Lady. With his distinctive deep voice and calm demeanor, he became a musical icon that lasted for decades, captivating audiences both in the US and internationally. But alongside his brilliant musical career, Kenny Rogers is also one of the names frequently mentioned when discussing changes in appearance in the entertainment industry. In the later stages of his career, especially in middle and old age, his face underwent noticeable changes, sparking endless discussion in the media and among the public. Many believe he underwent cosmetic procedures such as facelifts or eye surgery to maintain a more youthful image on stage and television. However, these changes sparked mixed reactions. Some considered it a normal effort in the cutthroat world of entertainment, while others felt his new look made him lose the natural charm that had made him so approachable. Despite this, Kenny Rogers rarely dwelled on the debate, focusing instead on his music and touring until his retirement. Over time, Kenny Rogers' story became a prime example of the pressure of aging on male artists in the entertainment industry, a place where not only women, but also men face pressure to maintain a youthful image in the public eye. But above all the controversy, he remains remembered as a true country legend, one who left a lasting mark through his music rather than his appearance. Joan Van Ark was once a familiar face on American television, particularly for her role as Valine Ewing in the long-running series Knots Landing. In the 1970s and 80s, she was beloved for her gentle, elegant beauty and natural acting style, creating a sense of intimacy yet captivating presence on the small screen. However, as her career spanned decades, Joan Van Ark's image began to change over time, and from then on, she became the focus of much media discussion. Later public appearances showed a noticeable difference from her peak, leading to comparisons and speculation about cosmetic procedures. From the early 1990s onwards, each time she reappeared on television or at reunion events, especially those related to Knots Landing, longtime viewers noticed changes in her facial expressions and features. Some believe that cosmetic procedures like facelifts or eyelid surgery may have made her previously natural expressions appear stiff. Although Joan Van Ark herself rarely commented on these speculations, over time, her story has evolved beyond her acting career, becoming a frequently cited example of the pressure to maintain a youthful appearance in the entertainment industry. In Hollywood, where age is a harsh test, Joan Van Ark became a clear reflection of the fine line between preserving one's appearance and changing too much to the point of losing the familiar look that defined a television star. Cayetana Fitz-James Stewart is one of Europe's most famous and attention-grabbing aristocratic figures. Holding the title of Duchess of Alba and belonging to one of Spain's oldest and most powerful families. Unlike Hollywood stars, she doesn't live in the spotlight of entertainment, but frequently appears in international media thanks to her strong personality, free-spirited lifestyle, an image that consistently breaks traditional aristocratic norms. Over time, as she entered her later years, Cayetana Fitz-James Stewart maintained her unique lifestyle, a love of fashion, a desire to stand out, and a willingness to appear in public with an image different from what people usually imagine a duchess to be. This made her a subject of widespread discussion, not only because of her social status, but also because of the natural changes of age combined with some speculation about cosmetic procedures. In her later appearances, her face received more media attention as her features noticeably changed over time. However, unlike many entertainment figures, Cayetana never pursued an extreme ideal of eternal youth. She lived true to her personality, free, straightforward, and unconstrained by the strict beauty standards of society or traditional aristocracy. Therefore, the story of Cayetana Fitz-James Stewart is not simply a story about beauty or aesthetics, but the image of a powerful woman who dared to live her own way until the end of her life. She became a symbol of personal independence where age, fame, and appearance cannot fully define the true person behind that noble title. LaToya Jackson grew up in one of the most famous families on the planet, the Jackson family, where every member was placed in the spotlight from a very young age. Not only was she Michael Jackson's sister, but she also forged her own path in music and television. Her image constantly under the public and media spotlight for decades, but unlike many stars of her time, LaToya Jackson's story isn't just about her artistic career. It's also intertwined with the constant changes in her personal image. Throughout her public appearances, her face has become a constant topic of discussion, with many noticing noticeable changes in her features over time. This has led to her name frequently appearing in debates about aesthetics within the entertainment industry, sometimes overshadowing the music she pursues. In a family already under immense pressure from global fame, LaToya Jackson became an even greater media focus whenever she appeared. There was a period when she almost disappeared from the spotlight, then returned with a surprising new look, sparking endless speculation and discussion. However, she maintained her presence in showbiz through reality television and other entertainment projects. LaToya Jackson's story, therefore, is not just the story of a singer in the Jackson family, but also a typical example of the dark side of fame, where the lines between personal individuality, beauty choices, and public pressure become blurred in the glare of a music empire. She is one of the most scrutinized figures, and also one of those who must live up to the price of fame. Dolly Parton is not only a legend of country music, but also one of the rare entertainment icons who has been able to transform her own image into a part of her personal brand. With her flowing blonde hair, signature glamorous style, and ever-radiant smile, she stepped onto the stage as if born to belong in the spotlight. What sets Dolly Parton apart from most Hollywood stars isn't whether she's changed her appearance, but how she talks about it. She has never shied away from the topic of aesthetics, even frankly admitting to having undergone procedures to maintain her desired image. But instead of creating negative controversy, Dolly's approach is humorous, confident, and completely proactive. From the 1980s onwards, as her career exploded, her image became more clearly defined, more vibrant, sharper, and a powerful stage icon. While many speculate about procedures like nose jobs, facelifts, or fillers over time, Dolly herself has transformed them into an artistic expression, where the artificiality isn't hidden but becomes a unique hallmark. More importantly, these changes have never overshadowed the real person behind the glamour. Dolly Parton retains her signature voice, charming humor, and kindness that have endeared her worldwide. In an industry obsessed with perfection, she is a rare case, not a cautionary tale, but proof that you can master your own image without losing your identity. Therefore, Dolly Parton is more than just a star, she is a living testament to confidently defining beauty in her own way. And when the spotlight fades, what remains is not just faces that have changed over time, but a larger story about fame, pressure, and the price of always having to maintain an image in front of the public. Some turn to cosmetic surgery to cling to youth. Some make it their personal signature, and some live with unforeseen consequences. But ultimately, they all have one thing in common. They are all people behind the scenes, where every decision is scrutinized by millions of eyes. Hollywood may change their faces, but it cannot erase the marks they leave on music, film, and the memories of their audience. If you find this video thought-provoking, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. In your opinion, where is the real line between beautification and going too far?